Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, first impressions on Marathon. This is a Bungie game. It's an extraction shooter, and let's just say there's some massive controversy. So buckle up, this is going to be a complete doozy of a video. If you enjoy the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and swing by the streams. All links are in the description. Before I get into the massive controversial topics, I'm just going to give my general thoughts on the gameplay experience of the game. Okay, so when it comes to the playable characters, I think some of them are very interesting, and some of them are pretty boring. There's a character that has a drone you can throw out that basically just blows up on people. It seeks out enemies. He has wall hacks, and if you break someone's shield, they leave a trail on the ground. To me, that just really seems like you're getting a lot of help from the game. It basically feels like you're cheating playing some of these characters. Another character has a bit of a movement boost ability where you can use your movement abilities more often without filling up your stamina bar, or your heat bar as they call it, too quickly. You can do some pretty crazy outplays. The slide is super long on that character. There's another character with a shield. It's bright green. I like to call it the Mountain Dew shield. That's more of a defensive style character, but he does have offensive options. His other ability allows you to use a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher while you are shooting at people. So the TLDR here is, this is definitely a hero shooter-ish take on an extraction shooter. You have a bunch of characters with different abilities. I'll briefly touch on performance here. I was getting drops to about 160 FPS. I have a pretty great computer. I have a 4090 and a 9800 X3D. I was not using DLSS, but that's always how I try to test game performance. If I don't have to use DLSS, I really don't want to, but it looks like in this game, you're probably going to have to use DLSS if you want to push really high frame rate. And don't get me wrong about the performance, the game was still absolutely playable. I'm just a little bit disappointed in the performance because the game doesn't really look that taxing on your system, like the art style and the textures and all that stuff. And speaking of the art style, this is going to be one of the controversial points about Marathon. Me personally, I really don't care what games look like. I think the game looks just fine. I wouldn't have any reservations about playing it with the way it currently looks. But for some people, it's one of their main critiques about Marathon right now. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. So I think the art style is going to be hit or miss for quite a few people. In terms of the gameplay, it has the typical extraction shooter sort of gameplay loop. You select what you're going to take into the lobby, and then you drop in. There are teams of 3 in this game, but you can also choose to play solo squads with no fill, all that sort of stuff. You drop in the game, you're immediately met by your 2 other teammates. Then, of course, you go into buildings, collect loot, kill the AI for more loot. There are contracts you can accept from factions. So for instance, I kept getting this contract where I had to download schematics or something from this terminal on a certain building. That was pretty easy. I just had to hit a button one time and I got some rewards after I extracted. In terms of the pace of the game, this game can definitely be a bit of a looting simulator for a little bit. Yeah, you'll fight some initial AI. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll come across a team pretty early. But the way I experienced this game when I was playing it is I drop in, I run for about 2 minutes, I maybe kill 6 AI, then I spend a lot of that time looting and rotating to the extraction point, and maybe along the ride there, I fight another team. If I'm being honest, this pace really didn't satisfy me. I felt that there wasn't enough fighting. I do realize they're calling this game an alpha, right? But I don't really know. The game's been in development for 6 years, allegedly. Something tells me that this isn't truly an alpha. They're just calling it an alpha. And they can do that, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. And I'm completely aware this alpha and probably the betas that come after this are going to be used for feedback, and I think the pace of the game is going to be something that is going to be looked at based off of the feedback from these sessions. I think they could probably just add more teams, change the way the AI spawns, something along those lines, maybe even make the map smaller, I don't really know. Touching on gunplay briefly here, it's very, very straightforward. There doesn't really seem to be any mechanics here. It just seems like laser beam gunplay with a little bit of recoil. You shoot weapons, you pull down, you'll be alright. Now, you might be listening to this and you're probably just going, okay, well, he said there's going to be some controversy in this video. Where's the controversy? This all sounds pretty middle of the road so far. Well, what if I told you there is aim assist / bullet magnetism on mouse and keyboard enabled by default in this game? And I'm going to lean towards calling it aim assist more than magnetism, because to me, in my experience, when I was playing this game, it is actively moving my crosshair. And this level of aim assist they have on mouse and keyboard in this game isn't weak. I'm actually going to stop calling it aim assist in this video. I'm going to start calling it what it actually is. Cheats. Developer-enabled cheating. Okay, that's how strong this is. I literally was calling it full-on aimbot while I was playing the game, and it is. And for me personally, if they don't entirely remove this setting, I will most likely never play this game again, for multiple reasons. Number one, when you're playing a game on mouse and keyboard, you should never have aim assist, okay? Mouse and keyboard is not an input that requires aiming assistance of any kind. It does not require aim assist, slowdown, rotational aim assist, bullet magnetism, larger hitboxes, whatever you want to do. It is not required on mouse and keyboard and should never be there. If the developers of this game were hoping that this would help close the gap between controller players and mouse and keyboard players, they were very, very mistaken. The correct course of action in order to balance mouse and keyboard versus controller is, believe it or not, actually nerfing controller aim assist and never giving mouse and keyboard any sort of aim assist. The answer is never leave controller aim assist the same and then give mouse and keyboard aim assist. That is just absolutely deranged. And again, some people are going to comment down below, Enders, this is an alpha, Really? Well, I just have to be honest, guys. With the development time this game has undergone, it does not take 6 years for them to understand that they should have never added this setting in the first place. Make no mistake, they know exactly what they're doing by adding this sort of setting. And I know Bungie has a history with this, right? People are going to tell me, Destiny 2 has bullet magnetism. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. It shouldn't be in Destiny 2 either. Mouse and keyboard should never have any sort of aim assist. Ever. Period. It completely nullifies the entire point of playing FPS games. Why are we just getting rid of any and all skill expression? What's next? Movement assist? Like, what other assists do people truly need? Do we need people to have grenade assist or something? Like, if I land a grenade next to somebody, is there going to be an assist that moves their character away out of the lethal grenade kill range? Like, I don't understand. What more do people need in terms of assistance? And if nobody else is going to say it, then I guess I'll say it. I don't like this bitch-ass game design. I really don't. Stop adding this goo-goo gaga-ass handheld bullshit to these games. But it's okay because we all know the answer, right? It all comes back to the same thing it always does. Money. For some reason, they probably got data, right? The data is a big thing nowadays in game design. They probably looked at the data and it said, well, we can probably make more money if we keep a higher percentage of casual players around. Therefore, we give mouse and keyboard aimbot so more people can hit their shots. Without considering the fact that what they just did completely and utterly destroys the very fabric of FPS gaming. So overall, my first impressions of Marathon are very mediocre. They really are. Like, the game, I think the competitors, right, the other extraction shooters that are out on the market are probably just better than Marathon and don't have these problems that I've detailed to you in this video. I can tell you with absolute certainty that if they do not remove mouse and keyboard aim assist, I will probably never play this game again, and neither should you, by the way. We need to send a direct message to at least one of these developers by actually just killing their game by not playing it because of these shitty decisions they're making. I get the game is an alpha. Do I think they're gonna remove this stuff? No, I really don't. I think there's a very, very low chance that we see mouse and keyboard aim assist or magnetism or whatever you want to call it removed from the game because, like I said previously, they know what they're doing. They're not ignorant. The people that added this during the development of this game knew exactly what this would do. And simultaneously, they also knew that there would be people complaining about it, and they still did it. They still took the risk. So my final first impressions on Marathon is the game could be maybe like a decent-ish extraction shooter option if they removed mouse and keyboard aim assist, but as it stands right now, straight up 0 out of 10. I don't care how much hate I get for that. 0 out of 10 game. So with that, that's going to wrap this video up, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel. I might play this game again. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm really not that interested after experiencing the mouse and keyboard aimbot today. We'll have to see if they change it, and if they do change it, I will most likely revisit it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.